What is going on there, everybody? We are back in the shop today. I got a dresser behind me right here. Now, you have seen me make dressers actually that look exactly like this in the past, and one thing that I kind of always breeze over because it's methodical, it's tedious, is putting on the drawer fronts nice and evenly so when I walk into the room, everything is nice and straight, exactly like it needs to be. I'm going to show you how to do that today. This is our dresser. We got a cherry top, we got a lacquered exterior frame, and cherry drawer fronts. Now, first thing you want to do is make sure you have your drawer fronts laid out in a way that you want them. So I had a couple of kind of off-colored things. I'm going to try to blend everything in. So I got them laid out how I want to go to bottom to top, which is the way you realistically want to work for a whole brand new set like this. Now, we have the sponsor of today's video, Craig, and we have something new from them. This is their drawer front mounting system. In the kit, you get some drawer front clamps. Let's see if I can open this. You get 2 of those, you get 7 shims, and you get a manual that no one actually needs. Well, I wouldn't throw it away yet, but anyway. So we're going to be using these bad boys today to hold our drawer fronts in place and using the shims to help us align, and then we'll use another jig that I have from Craig to drill our hole fronts in there. Once you got your drawer fronts ready to go, I'm gonna start on the bottom left here. For new drawers, for a new dresser like this, good idea to start on the bottom because we can use the shims to work our way up there. Now, here is our handy dandy new Craig drawer front jig. You will see you have a left and you have on the other one a right, or you should. You got some nice padding in here to not damage your drawer fronts, and the padding is on the clamps as well, which is a fantastic feature. So what we need to do here is take our left clamp on the left side of the drawer, right side will go on the other side, and we want to clamp this flush to the top of our drawer. And you also want to make sure right here you are flush as you can possibly get it. So get that all flushed up, tighten it down, left side is done. Go ahead and get our right side on right quick. There we go. Back out these front clamps so we can get our drawer front slid in behind the clamps. Go ahead and carefully slide the drawer front in here. Make sure you have your clamps backed up enough. Now, the vertical alignment on this dresser is going to be important because it is relatively small, but right now I'm just going to try to lock in the horizontal alignment, and on these Craig clamps you have actual markings on here in the best system, the Imperial measurement system. 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch back there if you can see it. Now we want to take an eye vertically here, and if I take another drawer front and set it up here, kind of butting it up, we have a roughly 1/4 inch overlap total. So we have an 1/8 between the top and the bottom. Now, I'm doing that so that I can get the first one aligned, and then once we get that one perfect, we can use our shims to make sure as we stack up from there, we are good to go. So, got our 1/4 inch locked in. Unfortunately, when we move this, it is going to slide around a little bit, but I'm just going to bump up here now to get our 1/8 of an inch, give or take, overlap. So that's actually 3/16, and that's also 3/16. I think we're in really good shape for our first one here. So you got to use the horizontal markings for your left to right. First one, we got to get locked in kind of by eye, taking a measurement of our scenario. But after that, we can use our shims to give us the gap we need, which I think on here is going to be 1/4 of an inch or maybe 3/8 of an inch. So we can use a double stack of shims right here and be perfect. We got to get this thing attached. There's no glue, there's no screws, nothing but the Craig clamps holding it on right now. Now, the way I like to attach them is actually with the handle screws through here, but we need to get them in place. I'm going to be using another Craig jig, the hole, I don't know what this one is called, for door handle hole jig, and it's been adjusted for my 3-inch handle and 4 3/4 inches of drop, so the handle will be right in the middle. And then I need to measure to the middle of the drawer so I can follow that line right here and make sure I'm in the right spot. But before I do that, what I like to do is actually take my cordless nailer and pop a nail in here to make sure nothing moves. Make sure that you have the right size in here. I got 1/2 inch drawer material for the drawer boxes themselves, and I got roughly 3/4, so I got 1-inch nails in here. Don't hit your hand, most importantly, but better to not go through the material. Quick pop right there, it's not going anywhere right now. And that's it, just those two. And then we are ready to drill our holes with the Kreg drawer handle hole jig. Sounds good. Move on to the next one because that drawer is not going anywhere. Looking sharp. Right side, clamp it on. Side, clamp it on, make it flush. 1/4 inch overhang plus 3/16 vertical. See if I can eyeball it. Definitely go off of this one here. Quick nail. Wash your hands, your eyes, get your squints on. 10 5/8 plus for me. Base drawer is done, just like that. Nice and even. Beautiful. Starting the second row here. Got my clamps on as normal, left, right, flush. Going to put my drawer front in, 1/4 inch side to side overhang. Gonna pinch it up here. And in this case, I got a 1/8 inch and a 1/4 inch shim stacked together because I believe we want to go for a 3/8 inch stack. Now, if you have a shim that needs to be less than 1/8 of an inch, you can stack a bunch of playing cards together, and that is an alternative way of doing it. I would say probably not as consistent though. So that looks good. Now we got 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. We got our 3/8 right here. I'm going to check, make sure we're flush right here. I think we might need to start cheating them to the left a little bit. Looking at the outside here. Good to go. Goes very quick when you have the right tools for the job. What do you think? Not bad, huh? Alrighty, just like that. Would you look at that? Looks pretty swell. I do wish that I had a better piece of cherry for that piece right there, but you gotta live with what you can work with. Big thanks to Kreg Tool for sponsoring this video. Drawer front jig. We used their drawer handle jig or door handle jig, and drawer slide jig. We got that as well. I didn't show it in this video. But everything you would need to make a piece of furniture like this, to assemble a piece of furniture like this, I see around my shop here. You got the pocket hole jig right there and all these other tools. KregTool.com. Big thanks to them for sponsoring the channel for a long time. You guys can build stuff like this too. The Kreg R3 little pocket hole jig was the first thing that got me into woodworking, and I remember when I got that tool, what it opened up in my mind, thinking the things that I could do, and we still have furniture from this day that I built with that. Again, KregTool.com, link in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you out. If it did, please hammer that thumbs up button as it helps us out and gets this video in front of more eyes. I'm DIYTyler. I gotta move this dresser inside. You guys have a good one.